more likely to break up. It's this women who are more likely to choose to have sex have there's something about their mentality that often correlates to them also choosing to eventually have weak relationships, or maybe they don't pick somebody they're as comfortable with, or for some reason they change their mind later. Just like these things might express themselves in different ways. It's an expression of an underlying conditions. For some people, like for me and Stephen as well, I'm a recovering obese person. My expression for it was not access to just sex. I used to eat my issues away. You could see like, okay, this person's obese. That's underlying issues. You could probably find that obese people are probably more likely to have less steady relationships. Does not mean because you're eating means you're not having a steady relationship, but your way of not being able to control what you're actually eating to the actual sufficient level underlies, and that mentality goes into other things where I probably wouldn't be able to pick a relationship and control myself within that relationship to a sufficient level to maintain that relationship for a strong point. Just the same way I make the wrong decisions on what I need, what's healthy for me, I might make the wrong decisions in who is healthy to be around, what's healthy to accept in a relationship, and then it'll get to a point where that relationship will break. So these are things that you can actually see. Like when people say that one statistic where it's like, oh, like men who are happier, married men are happier than single men. Married men earn more than single men. Those two statements, is it maybe if you earn more, that raises your chance of a woman finding you attractive enough to actually marry you, so you have a higher chance of getting married to begin with? Is it probably a chance that if you're just in general happier with your life, then you're probably better to be around? So you'll probably have a long-term relationship, get married, and actually maintain a marriage versus like the sadder people who have issues in their life, who are not earning enough, who probably, if they do get married, they get a divorce because 75% of divorces are by women, by their own decision, not being happy enough with the relationship. Majority of relationships, the woman has a man who earns more than they do. So if the man drops down, then they might break up the relationship. So those things are not necessarily, the man is not happier and not earning more because they're married. They're married because they're happier and they're earning more. So this is the kind of thing where we're kind of saying like the sex, they're not having more sex that is a thing that's making them less stable in relationships. Them having more sex is because there's something already in them that makes them less stable in relationships. And that's why it's one of these things that could change. If somebody had 20 partners in college, and then for the last 5 or 6 years, they've had one partner, that's going to be different versus somebody who's had 5 partners a year for the last 5 years. That's the kind of mentality that shows like this person something might have changed in its life. So that history is going to be different. But yeah, you can continue, sorry.
So yeah, it was good. So here's what I said. She's like, I don't think putting down would have helped you at all. I'm proud of you. I was like, thank you for that. And I said, regarding the weight thing, Lizzo weighs as much as she does and walks around in a thong, and other women cheer her for it. Now, do I think she should be bullied and mocked relentlessly? No. But I don't think people should lie to her and tell her she's beautiful just the way she is or whatever. And I bring the Lizzo thing up a lot because there was that thing a while back where she made a move on Chris Evans, who played Captain America, and he turned her down. And then, of course, people were like, oh, this was mean, whatever. But it's like, where do you typically see wealthy, good-looking men with obese women? It rarely happens. And the thing with Lizzo that's kind of sad in a way is like, she has an attractive face. I mean, she's got a good sense of style. If she slimmed down, I think she'd look pretty good. But she just let herself go. And the thing is, if you look at these, posts of her walking around in that thong up the stairway into the plane or whatever, it's all women cheering her. What men find this attractive? And then I debated this whole thing with a friend, and she's like, oh, well, these women don't care what people think. But I was like, but this is part of the problem. Do the men that you want to get with care about this? It's like, a guy can want a supermodel, but if he's broke, out of shape, has substance issues, whatever, I mean, good luck. It's like, does a type of woman you want those traits? Like, yeah, you could be in that status. You could get a very low quality woman, but do you want that? It's like, yeah, you can be an obese woman, but it's like, are the men that you would want to get with, are they going to find you attractive? It's like, it's not all about you and what you want. What does the other person want? And as you said yourself, if you have a list of things you expect from a person, you should have a list of things just as long that you offer.
Thank you for listening. This has been a clip from an actual longer recording that I'll try to leave a link to on the screen or somewhere around here where you're listening to this.
Presents. 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 Presents.
Peasants.
Okay. Okay.